It's the North London Derby. Tottenham 1, Arsenal 4. We
Hey,
absolutely destroyed the boys from Tottenham. The little boys, our little kids. We showed them why they are in a relegation battle. 4-1 back to back this season. Man, you can't write
yeah,
the script better than it's been. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful performance from the boys, man. This is the response we always want to see, and they've shown why we're top of the league. And they have to keep this going, keep the momentum, and don't even give City a sniff. That's what we need to do. Following very, very poor last weekend
yeah.
against Wolves. I don't want to remember that. But yeah, this is the response, and that's why we need to keep this going. This is what we need to see, man. What a beautiful
Yep.
game. What a lovely performance from the boys, man. That was just glorious. Glorious.
Yeah, absolutely. Our last few games haven't been great. It seemed like we had a little bit of a constipation, and that has like hindered us in those two games. Then we thought, yeah, it was time for us to take a dump. And we came to the toilet stadium and we did the needful. Yeah, fantastic game from the boys, man. This is
Fantastic,
how to
man.
react. This
This
is
is
how
what
to
we
react.
need. Show the
Yeah.
mentality, man. Give us something. That's all we ask. We
Woohoo!
don't ask for much. Just give us something. Show us why
Yeah.
you've played and been at the top of the league this long. You can't just throw it all away with 12 games to go
Mm.
against the worst team in the league and you're dropping points. No, let's not. That shouldn't be the story, man. The story should be we held it on. We are not butlers because they're trying to fix that word to this club, and that's not gonna be our story, man. No chance whatsoever, man. We have to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
this going, man. That was a glorious performance. That was
Yeah,
just
fantastic
beautiful.
one. I was just gonna say that there was a whole lot of pressure on us, especially being that the Ops won the game yesterday, and we were expecting a result that was more favorable. Well, they just brought it back home that we needed to do what we had to do. Everything is in our hands, so as long as we can get the job done from our end, we'll be fine. And that's
Right.
what the boys did. They didn't care about the pressure. I mean, it was a whole star place to go to. We don't necessarily do well on either team's stadium when we go away. But I mean, we've done 4 at the Emirates. We've done 4 over here today. 8 goals in one season against them.
Immaculate,
Beau-
man. The
Beautiful,
levels,
beautiful.
the levels. We showed levels, man. We showed why we're Arsenal and they're Tottenham, man. We showed them
Absolutely.
why we've got class, why we've got the quality compared to the boys in white and black, man. We don't need them. We don't need that today, man.
Absolutely. All right, so we just get into it. The same board setup, slightly differently. Tell me what you feel about the team setup and our starts to the game.
Yeah, also I was really happy seeing Saka back on the right side of the pitch because Saka at 10. I think that experiment they just need to put that on pause for now, man. Saka should be in his natural position as a right winger. He calls the shots when he's on the right wing, influences the game correctly, makes
Mm.
the right passes, and he came up with an assist. So yeah, just keep him there. Then Eze on the creative side of things, and it flowed today, man. It ebbed and flowed today.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. I thought the team was set up properly. We took the game through them at the beginning of the game. We had all the possession. We had a whole lot of, shot attempts. We were in the box numerous times. And we gave them a very nervy start in their own stadium. Can you remember Vicariel's gamble? And I wrote in my notes that Spurs we're making them nervy on their own ground. And to think that we've had more games. They've had a longer rest. We've played 3 times since the last time they played, and showing that we're still fired up. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
league
Gyökeres
leaders.
had a shot, a good play at the beginning, but before then, just tell me the whole attack, that first minutes, I mean, the first half, first few minutes leading to
We
our
were on it.
first goal.
We were
What did you
on it,
think?
man. We were on it when I saw a lot of enterprise from Gyökeres, from Saka. Like they showed why they had to respond after Wolves, man. Gyökeres getting a header. Like he didn't look like the man I saw weeks before. Like he always looked like the game was ahead of him or he was behind the game. Today he was on point. He was totally in sync with everyone around him. His touches, his link up, his passes. It was so good. It was a good
Yeah.
good couple of chances from him at the start.
And trusted in Saka, how was their the flow.
Trossard, I didn't really see much from Trossard. Man. Trossard had a few lapses here and there. He wasn't the Trossard I used to know, but yeah, there was not much. I didn't really pay attention to because I was like, Trossard's not looking right this time around. He had a shot that went like miles away. I was like, is that Leandro Trossard? Doesn't look like him, but yeah. He had a few bit. Saka, on the other hand, Saka was ready, man. Saka always turns up for not London derby, so I wasn't surprised with that.
Yeah, I'll say Saka especially put it on the pitch today. He was everywhere. Jet Spence was having, I don't
A
know, a
hard
fierce
time.
time. No, but I think he was actually good on Saka, I would say. But it seemed they began to double up on Saka, and Saka had a whole lot to do. Even though we're on top, we still had some things not going so smoothly for us. I think we're trying to get settled into the rhythm of the game. Then the whole Timber thing happened and the yellow card. So what did you think about Timber in the first half?
Timber, I think he had a knock in the game against Wolves, and then he was limping for a while, and he sort of
Yeah,
struggled a bit.
yeah.
And in that game against Wolves, he just couldn't put passes together. He was always behind the striker was trying to mark. He wasn't himself, and I think that
And
sort
coming
of
into this,
spilled into this game. It spilled into this game. I could see traces of that again. He wasn't Timber didn't really show up for me today, and it wasn't
so
all
do you
that
think he's
great for
carrying
me.
a knock?
I think he is. I think he needs to rest, to be fair. It's just that we were kind of short in that department. But yeah, I think he needs a little rest.
Well, he had a lapse in concentration with the pass that he made, and that's led to him having to foul that player and have that's yellow card, and that translated in him coming off later, earlier than would usually see Timber come off. But even
Mm,
around that time, I thought Eze was a bit anonymous, and I
mm.
wrote him a note that I need him more on the board. This was before the whole rules began to work out for him. But before then, what do you think about Eze's like overall gameplay aside from the goals?
Apart from the goals, you know what? The thing with Eze, yeah, he plays in a way that you could tell he's about to make an error. You could tell he's a bit slow on the intentions that you expect from a creative midfielder. And then he pops up with goals and you just be like, okay, yeah, Eze, you forgive him, man. That's all right. But overall, he wasn't really up there per se. Like, I think it's just his style of play. He's not your, one touch. Like, he is silky, but he's not like, consistent with it to a point that you don't see lapses. You will pick up lapses with Eze, and that's what really kind of happened in the first few hours of the game today. But in the second half, I think he picked up. He was immaculate. I think the goals gave him a bit of confidence.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think Eze is a kind of like one pass go kind of player. He just wants that ball. He wants to give that quick release. He's
Mm.
not someone that would linger or, like an Odegaard that kind of scans to give the best kind of
Yeah,
pass, but
like a
then
De
dwells
Bruyne.
on the ball a bit too long. Eze can take the ball in stride every now and again, then try to pop a pass quickly here and there. I didn't see him control the midfield as much as I would have liked. I thought a whole lot was coming from Zubimendi, but that's
Mm.
fine. But still, being that he was our main 10, would have thought, yeah, he should be the most creative element coming through that midfield. Initially,
Yeah.
we didn't get to see it, but not long after I'd written that, he pops up with a goal. So, what do you think about the whole Saka Gyökeres combination to Aze's goal and everything?
I need to see more of that happening for the Arsenal. I was sick and tired of the whole side to side, nothing in the middle happening. Every time looking so drab, looking so slow and lethargic. Today, I saw them exploit the spaces, combine and score goals. I need goals coming from the middle of the pitch. No more set pieces. Well, not that I have anything against set pieces, like the ops want us to believe. But today, we didn't turn up with any set piece goal. We didn't turn up with any corner kick goals. It was straight up man for man. Let's show you we can play ball. And they did that with that goal from Eze.
Fantastic. I mean, they call us set piece FC, and it was crazy to see that Tottenham is just one goal behind us on the set piece thing in
It's
this,
crazy.
and
It's the
it's well,
narrative.
everything is all about Arsenal. But well, it would have still been about Arsenal because we just tend to find a way to just, blow everything up in place. In a
Oh,
couple of
yeah.
minutes, We had Colomani respond. What did you think about his goal and what led to it from Super Deck?
Yeah, Declan Rice, man, he's been in the press all week talking about how sloppy we've been and how a stink of a game it was against Wolves. And then he was just mouthing off about mentality monsters. We have to be focused. And then he does that. Like, I don't really understand. It was strange. It was very rare from Declan Rice. He hardly makes a mistake, and he was so apologetic after he did that. But yeah, it was
Oh,
also a
well.
moment of, lapse of concentration. Then Kolomani picked up on that. Very good strike. That was a good goal, actually, from Kolomani. I can't fault him on that goal. That was a well taken goal. He deceived the defender so well. And then, I don't know. The ball came very quick. Maybe he could have done better, but yeah, it just went through. It was a good goal from Tottenham.
Yeah, it was. Some commentators were trying to give Saliba stick that they felt like he could have done more against Kolomwani, trying to block him from having that shot. But oh well. A few couple of minutes, we had Saka going one-on-one with Vicario, and he didn't manage to do the needful. What did you think about that chance?
Saka. Saka's not been as clinical as we remember him to be, man. Something missing. It seems to take a few extra milliseconds that it will never be afforded in the Premier League, man. Defenders will wait for you to set up and take your shot. You have to be like, hit it real quick. But yeah, he missed a few chances, and then yeah, that was one of them, I guess.
All right, then we come back stronger second half, and
Rest.
he does it again.
Yes,
and
sir.
what a goal! What a goal! What did you think about the play and how he, as usual, thumped it back at the back of the net?
Man, I love the conviction in that strike, man. He knew
Yeah.
what he wanted to do the moment the pass came straight to him. Just arranged the ball right in front of him, like, yes, I'm going to kill that goalkeeper today from way out of from the box. And then he just, beautiful curler into the back of the net. That was a lovely goal from Gyökeres, man. That's one for the highlights.
Yeah, I mean, all game he was putting himself around. He was having some very nice touches here and there, getting more involved. You could see confidence began to build. Everyone made a joke that I've never seen anyone make Clunky look that's good. I called him Clunky, clocking 2 goals in today. My man, it was very good to see.
To them, and yeah, he
He
didn't have
was-
his
he was
Timberland
fan-
boots today, man. He was ready. He was ready. He's just signed
And-
himself into the folklore of the legendary course heroes on the derby day, man.
Come on, you're too
Lacazette,
quick to
Ozil,
give these
Henry,
things out, man.
Vicio, Gyökeres, man. No, he's done it. He's done it. Him and Eze.
Call hero. If you're going to call Gyökeres a call hero for that beautiful banger, what would you then say about Aze's brace and the Ninja Turtle breakdance?
Yes, sir. And he was ready. He's reminding me of what Lingard used to do to us in the Emirates, man. Turn their stadium to your dance hall. That's what he did
My
today.
goodness.
Easy. What was that? He did a breakdance moment after that goal, man. I just love that. The Tottenham almost signed him, so he's been rubbing it in their faces, man. He scored 3 goals in the last time. He's not had a shot. Yeah, I love that celebration. He's not had a shot since. And then he sees Tottenham, like, oh, yeah, Tottenham, I need to score 2 goals. Boom, done. Bruh.
Beautiful. I was so happy for my man. My man. I mean, I gave him stick the last time we spoke about him and mentioned that he was a walking epitome of the grade F. I hold that back. You've put an extra stick, and this was an A performance. I mean, you did well. I give you like an 80%. Still has a little bit more to prove against other teams that are not battling relegation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's the thing with this relegation side. They always tend to turn up when it's always the end of the season. Tottenham, Wolves, Nottingham Forest. We've drawn against all these players, all these teams.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Tottenham. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then that put us 3-1. Then around the 84th minute, we had a little bit of a scare. What did you think about that clawing out?
Man, I think that was like another version of Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, man. I don't know how he was able to stretch all the way, touchline save from David Raya, man. That was absolutely exceptional from our goalie, man. That kept our confidence up, because if that had gone in, it would have been a different story, because Tottenham, they know how to change the momentum sometimes, but it wasn't going to be today.
Not today. Not on our watch, the boys said. Not on
No
Raya's watch. Not
No
this time
chance.
around. A fantastic save. But we
Mm.
had our fourth goal
Oof. Gyökeres
by
again.
Clunky Gyok.
Gyökeres again. Ole,
What
ole.
do you think about his fourth goal?
Strength, the determination, the touch to find the space, the coil on the shot. My man was
Mm,
looking confident and comfortable in the Arsenal shirt today. I've not seen that from him since maybe the Burnley game, then he got injured.
yeah.
So I'm beginning to see reasons. He's been scoring a lot of goals, actually. He scored 2 goals against Leeds. I mean, turn of 2026, Victor Gyökeres has been very prolific. He's beginning to look good. We just need that consistency. We just need, we don't need him falling down on every touch because he has that tendency to lean back on defenders and then just fall down and then it makes him look bad. He just needs to know how to stay on his feet and he can score goals, especially when he's fed. The assist from Odegaard was quite good. So yeah,
Mm,
we just need him to explore the spaces, be confident and just, hit those goals. I think he's
yeah.
going to start kicking off for Gyökeres.
Definitely his best game in an Arsenal shirt, and him winning the man of the match just, says it all. The players are beginning to understand him more, and he's beginning to understand our style. Is one thing that I would say, and that's what happens when time with your teammates, everything begins to become a bit seamless. Everything begins to work better, and
Oh yeah.
he held his ground today. He brought those eyeballs down. I know what you're saying, when he's trying to, hold the defenders off and trying to, play with
Yeah.
his back against goal. He
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah,
been the greatest, but it was much better
yeah.
play for him today.
Way better.
And what I enjoyed most was his second goal. People have been criticizing him and saying that they don't see him doing well against EPL defenders because we are much stronger than, what you have in Portugal. But how he held that defender off to just, slot that second goal was beautiful.
I
I
mean, it's
also
only
like
Archie
that
Gray, seriously.
he almost broke his nose earlier too. So yeah, it was fantastic. Then we had a little bit of scare at till the end of the game with Saka.
Oh yeah.
What did you think, man? I
It's
had
like,
my heart
bro,
in my mouth.
he's just signed a contract, 300 grand per week. When you do stuff like that, you're about to break out on another level. That means he's committed his prime years to the Arsenal. And then
Mm,
that happens. I was so scared because he was beckering on the bench. Immediately he went down. I actually thought he was out. But he
yeah.
managed to stand up, put some weight on his leg, and he seemed to have walked out the pitch. So that was a good thing to see. I just hope he's back for the next game because we're taking on Chelsea. Jeez.
Yeah. He joined in the celebrations at the end of the game and he wasn't
Yeah.
on crutches. He didn't have any, ice
Ice
packs
pack or
tied to
anything,
his
yeah. Your ankle,
tied,
yeah.
tied to his sister body or anything. So yeah, that was good to see. And all in all, a fantastic performance.
Beautiful.
4
10
goals
over 10.
away. Yeah, when
You can't ask for,
little ones.
that's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah,
At this stage of the season, we need to start showing why we've led the table this long. We can't let
yeah,
things slip again, especially against a side like Wolves. So they needed to respond. When we criticize the team, it's not
yeah.
out of, because we've seen it play out before. So we need another level of mentality at this club, especially during these stages of the league. And I think
Yeah, well
they're
said.
beginning to show it.
We criticized and we've responded well. Let's look
Yep.
forward to the game with Chelsea. They're coming
Uh-huh.
home. Let's make it
Chelsea
very
again.
hostile. Another
Yes.
3 points in the bag. We do what we have to do, and we still stay top of the league. So,
Of
man,
the
thank you
league.
for being with us today. It's been a fun one.
So,
Just enjoy everything that you're going
yeah.
to, see on social media. This makes your week even feel much better as an Arsenal fan.
The banter
Enjoy
is on, man.
content to content to content, and just bask in the
In the
wonderfulness of this
ambience.
beautiful win. It's been
Yeah,
the
man.
N5 gist.
Yes.
Thank you to all our subscribers. Please like, share, and subscribe as always, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Cheers.
To the N5 kids.